less than 1 additional call drop per 100 calls over the iPhone 3GS. So if you put these 4 things together, smartphones have weak spots. Most every smartphone we've tested exhibits the identical behavior if grabbed in a reasonable way as the videos you've all seen on the web of the iPhone 4. Around 0.5% of iPhone owners have called Apple Care in relation to reception and antenna issues. Only 0.55% of all iPhone owners have called. An extremely low number. The return rates for iPhone 4 are running 1/3 of those for the iPhone 3GS a year ago. And the iPhone 4 drops less than 1 more call per 100 than the iPhone 3GS. Now, when we look at this data, when our engineers and scientists look at this data, it's very hard to escape the conclusion that there is a problem, but that problem is affecting a very small percentage of users. I myself have gotten somewhere over 5,000 emails from users telling me how their iPhone 4 works perfectly and they can't figure out what all of this is about. So we think there's a problem, but we think it's affecting a small percentage of users. And we think some of that problem is inherent in most every smartphone. But having said this, we care about every user. And we're not going to stop until every one of those is happy. But I think it's important to understand the scope of this problem, because what the data says leads you to the conclusion that this has been blown so out of proportion that it's incredible. I know it's fun to have a story, but it's less fun when you're on the other end of it. So we care about every user. So let me tell you what we're going to do. The first thing we did yesterday, we released iOS version 4.0.1. That is now out. People are updating it. It fixes the wrong formula that we use to calculate how many bars to put up for a given signal strength. And there was a nasty exchange bug in there that a lot of our corporate customers are hitting, and that's fixed as well. So those bugs are fixed. iOS 4 is out. 4.0.1 is out, and we recommend that every iPhone owner update to it. Secondly, a lot of people have told us the bumper solves the signal strength problem. Consumer Reports is the latest one this week. We've heard it from a lot of people. Why don't you just give everybody a case? Okay, great. Let's give everybody a case. We've got our bumper case here, but we want to give everybody a free case. Every iPhone user is going to get a free case. One for every iPhone 4. If you've already bought one, we'll give you a full refund for a bumper. And we're going to do this for every iPhone 4 purchased through September 30th. We'll re-examine this in September and decide whether to keep going, or maybe we'll have a better idea. But at least through September 30th, a free case for every iPhone 4. And if you've bought a bumper, we'll give you a full refund. Now, everything in life is more complicated than it seems on the surface. We're going to send you a free case. We can't make enough bumpers. Right? We were planning on selling them and making a certain percentage, and we have the tooling done. If we're going to try to give a bumper to everyone, no way we can make enough in the quarter. So what we're going to do is source some other cases and give users a choice of cases. And they'll be able to pick one. And you can apply on our website starting late next week. It'll take us about a week to get this all up. Pick a case, Zoom, we'll send it off to you. That's simple. So, a free case for every iPhone 4 user. Simple. And if you're still not happy, before or after you get a free case, as we've said, you can bring your iPhone 4 back undamaged within 30 days for a full refund. We've waived any restocking fees, anything. Full refund. So we are going to take care of everyone. We want every user to be happy, and if we can't make them happy, we'll give them a full refund. Does that make sense? So, I've got some other updates for you. Just some other things going on relative to the iPhone 4. And then we'll get into Q&A. Again, iOS 4 version 4.0.1 was released yesterday. We're tracking some problems with the proximity sensor, and we're working on some solutions, and hopefully we'll get those into the next software update. This seems to affect, again, a fairly small number of users, but it's probably a pesky problem for those users, so we're going to try to get it fixed as fast as we can. White iPhone, a lot of people waiting for the white iPhone. We're going to start shipping it end of this month. And our quantities will be limited at first. We're ramping up as fast as we can. But white iPhones will start shipping at the end of July. And also, on July 30th, we are going to bring the iPhone to 17 more countries. And these are the same 17 we talked about before, with the omission of just South Korea, because it's going to take us a little longer to get government approval there. But 17 countries, July 30th. So that's the update on the iPhone 4. In ending, and I'd like to just kind of give you a feel of what we care about and how we operate and how we make decisions. We love our users. We really love them. And we try very hard to surprise and delight them. We work our asses off for them. And it's great. And we have a blast doing it. And we make some pretty interesting products for them. Macs and iPods and iPhones and iPads and Apple TV, the App Store, the iTunes Store, Mac OS X, iOS, iLife, iWork, Final Cut. We make some pretty great products for them. And what motivates us is to just have them love them. So we love our users. And we work really hard to surprise and delight them with these products. We also connect them with great apps and developers through our app stores and great content through iTunes, and really bring the world of content creation and app creation and our users together in some extremely innovative ways, even if we don't make a lot of money from it. We love our users so much that we've built 300 Apple retail stores for them to give them the best buying experience in the world, and more importantly, the best ownership experience in the world, with Genius bars that cost nothing to come in and talk to people and get your products fixed and get advice. We have one-to-one seminars to teach people how to use our products. We had over 60 million people through our stores last quarter. 60 million. So we do all this because we love our users. And when we fall short, which we do sometimes, we try harder. We try harder. We pick ourselves up, we figure out what's wrong, and we try harder. And when we succeed, they reward us by staying our users. And that makes it all worth it. So that's what drives us. And when we have problems like this, and when people are criticizing us, we take it really personally. Maybe we shouldn't. You know, maybe we should have a wall of PR people keeping us away from all that, but we don't. We all read these stories, and we all take it really personally. And if a user's having a problem, it's our problem. So we've been working really, really hard for the last 22 days to try to understand what the real problem is, so that when we solve it, we actually solve it.